Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Moya. If you're new here, I hope you're having a wonderful summer so far. Today I'm doing kind of like an old school style YouTube video. I can't believe something I used to watch 10 years ago is now considered old school, but we're doing a sit down favorites. Things I've been loving, wearing, reading, using, just a little bit of everything. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know if you like this format and let me know some of your favorites down below. My most worn piece during the summertime for the past 3 years since I got it has been this Cuckoo Intimates cami cotton slip dress. I love this so much. I've worn her to death despite countless washes, even in like seawater, and it's still holding up great. Still got so much wear in it. I just think a black cotton mini dress that you feel great in is such a summer staple. It's so easy to throw on. You don't have to think about your outfit. I have thrown this over bikinis to go to the beach, when it's hot outside to run errands in the city, even for like nighttime if you don't want to think about what to wear but you still want to look cute and flirty. I love it. I love a lot of Cuckoo Intimates pieces, but if you're only going to get one thing, get that. My next fashion favorite has been these Reformation, I'm gonna show you, has been these Reformation Vita low waist linen trousers. Linen trousers are such a staple of the summer wardrobe. I feel like they're the denim whenever it's too hot to wear jeans outside. I love how versatile they are. You can wear them during the daytime, dress up for nighttime, especially if you don't want to have your legs out 24/7. A good pair of lightweight linen trousers in the summer is something that you're gonna end up wearing basically every day. And I've worn these nearly every day. A lot of the other linen trousers I've tried sit really high waist on me. I'm also quite short, so it cuts my torso quite high. I know you could shimmy it down and kind of make it low waist, but then you usually have like a really large drop crotch, which I don't think is the most flattering. These, they're a lot more tailored. They don't have an elasticated waistband, but they fit so amazingly. They naturally sit low waist. Reformation also do petite sizing. If you're shorter, you know you can get these without having to bring them to get altered, which is great. I don't have the top because they're in the wash, but this bikini from Clements Mountain, this black triangle bikini, I think it's in the Juice style, has been my most worn swim. I wish I had her sooner because I don't wear anything else whenever I pack for a trip. They're literally just this one black bikini. I love that on the top it's a little bit smaller than normal, so it's really good for tanning. The bottoms, even though they're not full coverage, they're also not a thong style, so I feel comfortable wearing it around my family, or you know, if you don't want to be too bare at the pool or at the beach. Clements Mountain is a smaller brand from New York and they make everything in Indonesia, and I just know that I'm going to be wearing this for many seasons to come. In the spirit of my most worn items this summer, my last fashion favorite is my most worn shoes of spring and summer. They are the sweetest ballet flats from Repetto. These are not in the kind of classic Repetto style that I've seen a lot. I can't remember, is it the cami, where they're a lot rounder, or they have the little heel? These have more of an almond oval shape, and that's what I love about them. I feel like they're a little bit less feminine or like less girly. Of course, they're still like a little ballet flat with a bow, but I love wearing them with everything. Dresses, trousers. I've walked and cycled miles in them, and I love this shade of brown. I think it's so gorgeous, and it's like a little bit different to, you know, getting a classic black pair of ballet flats. In my last video, I mentioned a few summer reads that I recently got, but my favorite out of them has been Intimacies by Katie Kitamura. This follows an unnamed narrator who's moved to The Hague to work as a translator for the International Court, and she ends up working in a very high profile case, and simultaneously she's also in a sort of like situationship relationship with a recently separated man. But what I really loved about this was how Kitamura captures complexity of language and translation. You can really feel the weight and pressure of the narrator's job and how it forces her to confront moral ambiguity and power dynamics in the world. And this really stuck with me for a long time after I read it, because I've considered, you know, like translation with regards to literature, but in the space of the court, I can't imagine how difficult that would be to translate in real time between the language of, say, the defendant or the accusers, and then the court and the judge, because you can't really make a mistake, otherwise it could possibly, I don't know, alter the perception of the jury on a criminal. You're trying to also capture the tone of what someone is saying in their testament, which is no easy feat. But next up we have The Lover by Margaret Duras. This is a semi-autobiographical story of a young French girl in colonial Vietnam who is having a complicated, forbidden, affair with a wealthy older Chinese man. But I loved her writing in this. I feel like you're either gonna love or hate it. It's very poetic, kind of dreamy and intimate. I read in the Paris Review someone commenting that it feels like Duras opening up to you after a couple of glasses of wine. And I think the way that she shifts between tenses and perspectives really gives the effect of this being like a memory recalled. There's also a 90s film adaptation of this, which is on my list to watch. I saw some very beautiful screen grabs of it. I don't think it was like very critically acclaimed. Apparently it's a lot more eroticized than the book, especially considering the age gap between the characters and the actors, so maybe that's one to watch with a grain of salt. Some beauty favorites from the past few months. Anytime I've gotten a compliment on my skin, I've been wearing this. This is the Supergoop Glow Screen SPF 40. This makes your skin so glowy and dewy without being, you know, sparkly. I use this, of course, as an SPF, but also just a general face product because I love the tint that it gives my skin. It's very like sun-kissed. This is an old edition. I really need to repurchase. I don't know if you can see through it, but I'm nearly done. Now they've released different versions with different tints because previously it used to be like one color fits all, which is obviously not true, but that is so great. So I'm excited to repurchase this. I don't wear a lot of makeup during the summertime, but if I want to look a little bit more refined and put together, I adore this. It is the Victoria Beckham Contour Stylist in Sandstone. I bought this maybe a year ago and I love it. It is a contour stick, but it's super fine, kind of the size of like a jumbo crayon. It just makes sculpting the nose or around the lips or even like the eyes, cheekbones so easy and so precise. And this color is perfect for my skin tone. It's just like the nice natural shadow versus being too orange or too muddy. One blush favorite is the Say Dew blush in Spicy. I love a cream blush. I also love a sunburnt blush color. So this to me is perfect. It is like a burnt terracotta shade. I think it's so gorgeous. You can also use this on your lips as well, which I like. It has a little bit of like a dewy sheen, so it's really nice to layer on top of the glow screen, and it's just so easy to apply with your hands. I don't know if this counts as beauty, but it's in the bathroom, so this Muji toothbrush I have become obsessed with this summer. I bought a pack of 4 before a trip just thinking like, oh, they're so cute, and when I used it, I was so pleasantly surprised because it feels, also this is a new one so I'm not showing you my gross used toothbrush. I feel like it's smaller or like half the size of a regular toothbrush, so you can just really get into the nooks and crannies of your teeth. Out of all the kind of like daily by daily tasks that you have to do to look after yourself, brushing my teeth is my least favorite, but this has just made it so much more enjoyable. I really love doing it now. I feel very clean and I think they're so sweet. This little peach color is adorable. I've been going in and out of natural deodorant phases, but this summer I really wanted to try and find a new one that would work because I feel after a while your body kind of becomes accustomed to it. My current favorite, and I should probably give it a little bit more time to see how effective it is, but for the past few weeks I've been using the Salt and Stone Neroli and Basil natural aluminum free deodorant. We have had 30-degree plus days here in Paris and I've never needed to reapply it. I've never noticed that I smell, so I'm really happy about this. I also love the scent. It's very fresh, lightly floral. It just feels clean. I hope it doesn't let me down in the future, but I will keep you updated. My last beauty favorite has been the scent of my space in the summer. Side note, I'm still trying to find a signature scent. I used to wear Jazz Club by Margiela quite a lot, but I want something a bit lighter and fresher for like the spring and summer. But the scent of my apartment has been, there's a series of incense in New Dawn. This smells so good. It is warming. It's not overpowering like I think a lot of incenses can be. It's with sandalwood. It's a little bit musky. I love the ritual of being able to light incense in the morning, whether I'm cleaning or I'm journaling. I think it's super beautiful and really like lets me take a moment to breathe. And talking about journaling, we can get on to some miscellaneous favorites. This is my Paper Republic Grand Voyager XL journal in chestnut. And as you can see, it has gotten such a gorgeous patina and wear out of daily use, which I love. I love how this is just going to get softer and more scratched up over the years. I normally just use one notebook for journaling. Inside I have my little Muji A5, but I also have notebooks for my French classes, for just general lists and other things that I don't want to include amongst my morning pages and more personal entries. So I love how this keeps everything together and I can bring all my pieces around with me at once. I'm going to do a more in-depth journaling video if that is something that you would like to see, so I can share more about how I use this in that. I've been getting a lot of comments every time I wear these in a video. These are my Bose open ear buds, and it's the collaboration with Lisa. I love that they have no logo on the actual earbud and that they're in this silver color, because when you put them on, it really feels more like an ear cuff and a piece of jewelry than a headphone. I will say the sound quality on these is like nothing to write home about. What I love about them is that I have a really bad habit of putting on my noise cancelling over the ear headphones and just having no sound awareness of what is going on around me. And with these, you can really hear the outside noises. I think it's a lot safer if you're like walking home at night, or even just if you're a runner and you like to exercise outside or cycle. It's good to be a little bit more aware of your surroundings. And these also don't fall off. So I would recommend these if you're looking for something like that. Actually, let's talk a little about music since we're on that note. I've also been loving these monthly playlists by Anne Pfaff on YouTube. I believe she also has a Spotify, so you can find them there. But I have found so many gems through them. Her music taste is so good, and I love how she pairs each one with a beautiful image. She just encapsulates the month so perfectly in one playlist, like before the month has even started. And they're such a good playlist to put on in the morning. They really get me in a good vibe, in a good mood. I also have a bad habit of just turning on sad girl music first thing, which isn't always like the best thing to do. So I love going back to her channel, whether I'm listening to like August playlist or I bring it back to the June. I love the April one. That one is so good. And lastly, I want to talk about some art favorites. If you're in Paris, you've probably seen the Body and Soul exhibit at the Bourse de Commerce. It is so wonderful. I'd highly recommend checking it out. I think it runs until the end of August if you're visiting, so you still have some time. But there was one painting that really stuck out to me. It is by Lynette Yaramwachi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's this gorgeous painting of a black ballerina in a stark white leotard, and I just think the color palette that she has, it's so rich, it's so gorgeous. You can see it across her other paintings. And another painter I've been loving for quite a while, it is Danielle McKinney. She was on The Great Women Artists a couple months ago. That's a podcast would recommend. I was just so excited to hear about her process and her artistic inspiration, because I've seen her paintings online on Instagram for a couple of years, and I just think they are so magical. I love the interiors that she is able to create, the richness of the color. You are just transported into this room with the figure, and the women in her paintings have such a presence and confidence, and it's like you're being invited into this private moment that they're sharing with themselves, and you're allowed to see it, but it would also continue if like you weren't there. Like, they're so happy on their own. I also love the art references that she uses sometimes. She'll have like a Matisse or Picasso hanging behind the figures, and I really want to see her paintings in person. She is doing an exhibition in London, which I believe is opening in autumn. I don't know what gallery, but I might have to go over just so that I can see them, because I've been obsessed with her paintings online for a very long time. Okay, I think we can wrap that up here. I feel like I've been talking for so long. I hope you enjoyed this video. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and week, and I can't wait to talk to you guys soon. Wishing you all the best. Wait, before I go, I feel like I might get some questions. This top is from Doen. I think it's so gorgeous. That's all I wanted to say. Bye.